Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate your presence here. Thank you. The heck? You see that little. You see this orb? Did you see that orb that was just flying around me? It's floating all over. Now look, I'm gonna clear my. I'm gonna clear my lens there. Oh, that is. Now look. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's see here. You see it, right? It seemed. I wonder if that's a piece of fuzz somewhere. Is that a piece of fuzz? Oh no, that's so weird. No. Okay, you guys see that? All right, you see this orb right above my right there on my head, flying around. That's pretty cool. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Now look, it just went away. I don't even see it. Well, that is interesting. I will tell you. I just asked for a oh, that was weird. That is something. All right, so just prior to starting here, I did ask for them to come in and help guide me because and please forgive me. I get really excited about this stuff. I love their messages so much. I really hold a lot of stake in them. They really guide me in a lot of what I do. But anyway, this is part two of this two-part series, and in the first one we discussed things that we can do as light beings, light messengers, light healers, things that we can do to be in alignment and to be that light, to begin to um, shine that light for others so that they can begin to follow. And when I say follow, I mean open up. It's not a you follow me kind of thing. It's, hey, I'm a light. Your soul sees the light, and as a result, they begin to open up as well. It's that whole I'm healing, and it reverberates. It's not a follow thing. So please don't confuse my language there. But all right, I have about 5 pages of notes, and I'm going to read to you guys almost verbatim what they have said in that channeling session that I have been discussing in that last podcast and then now. And so please bear with me, but how they describe it to me as an unmasking. Now they do use words like doomed and apocalyptic. However, what I want you to understand is a lot of people perceive the apocalypse and stuff like that, and I am not saying that's coming. Please understand what I'm saying here. These definitions, I want to preface this with definitions. Apocalypse, or the apocalyptic thought pattern that they are talking about here, is just that. It's the apocalyptic. It's the apocalypse of your thought pattern. So the way that they're talking here is that there is a new mindset coming. Really interesting stuff. The other one, the doomed. And this will all come out as I begin to read this to you and we go over it. You're going to begin to understand what it is and how they're talking, and the words that they're using, why they use them. But the other one is doomed. And by doomed, we mean not. That's interesting. I did ask them to come in and guide my words and thoughts prior to starting, and that was really cool how it just came out and said we. We are going to discuss the doomed, who they are, what they are. Humans are not in that category. They are outside of that category, and that is also addressed in this. I don't know. I cannot stop reading this. I just find it so awesome and beautiful, and we're going to get to it right now. So I'm going to read the first one to you, and I apologize. I don't like reading to you guys, but obviously this is not something that I can reference like on the internet that you guys can go and check out. So I'm going to have to read it to you. A greater understanding of those in leadership beginning to be unmasked that are not out for the betterment of society. Now, this is directly from the channeling session. This realm is in need of change, so societal norms can no longer hold on to aspects of leaders that are not of light. Unmasking of who truly is looking after society, and it is not who you think. Society is noticing who is instilling fear. And that sentence right there is huge. That is key. Society is noticing who is instilling fear. That sentence right there is going to be really what the rest of this channeling session is really guided by around that sentence, because that's a huge part. So we are beginning, and if you look, there are things happening out there right now. And this isn't a political thing. This isn't political. This isn't about anything like that. This isn't sides. This is simply knowing who is using love and who is using fear to get us or to help us grow. Nothing more. The divine is beginning to shine themselves. Subtle as they are, it is being revealed aspects of ourselves in many people, individuals, locations, situations. And then this next one is pretty big. Normal. Now this right here is where they talk about the new mindset, the apocalyptic mindset, not of people, mindset, thought patterns. Normal will be new understandings of who truly is looking after the societal norms. So who is using, again, fear and who is using love? It gets better. I'm going to read it all to you just so you guys have full disclosure of what was channeled, but I'll try to point out like the salient points so that you guys know. You are important players, aspects in this divine path that is being revealed. They keep saying the revealed, and the revealed is this leadership thing. Now, there are some key questions that we do need to ask ourselves, because if we're critically thinking about this information that they're giving us, and one thing I have learned is that sometimes when they speak, it's not necessarily what you think they're saying. It turns out to be a little bit different, but it's just not something that you might have thought of. So be aware of that. Just because you think it's a certain way doesn't mean it necessarily is. And I can provide examples of that. So be open-minded here, people. Greater individuality of love and open up to love within all that is transpiring currently. And then they say, allow for the beauty within to shine for now. So right now they're telling us, which is basically what that last podcast was about, how you can be right now. Because they need your love. They need you to increase your spiritual support team, because they need those beings to come down and begin to be one with us. And if you guys notice, that orb hasn't come back. He was there for a while and went away. That's interesting. So much in this realm is being brought to the forefront. Those that are not one with the notion that God is not present at this time are doomed. Interesting, interesting. Again, doomed, not humans. Humans are not in that category. Doomed are the ones down there. The ones that were created, the fallen angels, if you will. That's a much higher vibrational way of saying it. The fallen angels who chose to separate themselves from God are the doomed. And they get into this a little bit, they get into this more. Now, with all this being said, I will tell you this. This was channeled back in May, the middle of May, May 14th. So the only thing going on at the time that I channeled this was COVID. That's it. Nothing more. Now, obviously, that was big. So that was a huge issue that was going on. But obviously, much more has happened since then. So just to give you some context here. So now they talked about the doomed. The doomed are the ones that, okay, so let me read that again. Much in this realm is being brought to the forefront. Those that are not one with the notion that God is present at this time are doomed. So those that are not one with the notion that God is present are doomed, which are the fallen angels. All those ones that leverage fear, anxiety, frustration, sadness, all those beings, those are the doomed ones. Aspects of divinity are being shielded. Aspects of divine will be shown to these people. So that is interesting. These fallen angels chose to separate themselves from God. However, those doomed are going, based on what I'm reading here and how I am interpreting it, God will reveal themselves to them in an effort to basically chase them away or to dismiss them. And again, I haven't read everything yet, so you'll see why I am coming to that conclusion here shortly as we continue. Aspects of the divine, so many are in need of. There is no separation between human and divine. For humankind has relinquished their divinity for too long. There is no separation. There is no separation between you and God. God is within all of us. Now, in my next podcast, I have a guest coming on to talk about DNA and how the DNA can be influenced even though the strands are separated. So much more to come, guys. We represent the oneness, which is the number one universal law, the oneness. We are all one, except for those fallen angels that chose not to be one. We represent the oneness. Now, this is a huge part coming up here. Open to the oneness. Allow for the light to shine through, so that those that are doomed to disbelieve in the divinity in this realm are revealed. And that is where the revealing comes in. So check out your power. This is where they're talking about how powerful you are. They are saying you open up to the oneness that you are one with God. And allow the light to shine through, so that those that are doomed to disbelieve in this divinity, which are the ones that are doomed in this realm, are revealed. So basically, you shine your light, our lights shine brightly, and then boom, we illuminate that darkness. Man, I mean, to me, that's just amazing. Amazing the way they are phrasing it, the way they speak. It's like a loving way of putting, "Hey, we're coming. We need you to raise your vibrations to be that light, and all this density and darkness will be revealed." I I just find that to be amazing. So those that are meant to hear and see will hear and see. There is a process transpiring at this time that is allowing for the godliness, the heavenly realm, to be shown here on earth. It is shown through the love of one another. Again, that's how, and we say it all the time. You are such a major player in all of this. And the more that we interact with, the more we play in the mud, the more or the less that we allow them to work through us. And they are pointing that out so clearly here. And that last sentence there, that is allowing for the godliness, the heavenly realm, to be shown here on earth, is shown through the love of one another. That is exactly why they say raise your vibrations, connect to the higher realms, to allow, to build your spiritual support team, to allow the elevator to rise so that they can come down and begin to interact, to work through us. It's all tied together. And you can see that as this entire series has progressed. This is an interesting sentence coming up here. We do not judge the doomed. The doomed make their choices. We, above, act and respond in accordance. Wow. So, hey, we love you, but if you choose to be not one with us, then we will act accordingly. Love that. I mean, what a high vibrational way of saying, well, I will let you guys answer that, what they're saying, but that is just amazing. Here we go. Oh, the apocalyptic doom of those that chose to not be one with God. We speak of lower vibrational realms. Love will return to this realm. That needs no additional comment here. That's pretty powerful stuff. The apocalyptic doom of those that chose not to be one with God basically is coming. Not saying tomorrow or anything like that, and we've already discussed what the apocalyptic doom is. It is not like a fiery burn of all humans. That is not what they are referring to here. And again, they will get into that. They will speak of this. The doomed shall fall, but the ones will rise. You see how they phrase that? The ones, which we are all one, and it is, oh my God, that's so beautiful. The doomed shall fall, but the ones will rise. Man, that is amazing. The ones. I look at that as just such beauty. It's amazing to hear them talk like this. It's like, I mean, think about what they are talking about, and thinking about, like we said in the last podcast, how choosing your words carefully matters. Think of how they are choosing their words here so carefully that it is, you cannot come out of this but thinking about love. Like, how amazing is that? I'm in awe. I don't know about you guys, but I am. That is amazing when you think about the power of your words, your actions, and what they are saying here. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's such a true statement. Humankind is in need of love, but inherently already decided. I'm sorry, already decided. Humankind is oh, humankind is in need of love, but inherently already decided. Okay, so it stops there, but it touches on that a little bit more. Humankind and what we are and where we're going. And we've already discussed this already. We are part of the ones. We are. And they talk about that. A little coming up here. Humankind is one of confusion, but is being revealed. That is what is being discussed at this time. The unmasking of those that intentionally chosen not to be one with the divine. Thus there will be reprimand, recourse, no judgments, no judgments, just acceptance of the choices the spirit, the soul has made. Wow. They actually just said soul. They did not say spirit. They said the soul. Just acceptance of the choices the soul has made. Hey, you want to do that? Fine. We accept that. But with it comes consequences. We love you unconditionally, though. Wow. Sorry. I get so excited. Humankind is not of this kind, is not of the doomed, and this is where this comes in. Humankind has chosen to be on this realm to allow the light to shine through them. But those souls that have yet to let light shine through them are growing, and this is okay. So many things that we discuss, guys, in this podcast, how every life the souls are learning how to incorporate with the body more to allow the mind, body, soul, spirit to be one. It is all coming into play. This is where all of that matters. This is where that they are talking exactly why that matters now. And so think about that. Your soul is born and goes, "Yeah, I definitely want to shine. I want to be one with God." They go, "Okay, here's your opportunity to grow. You go down to earth. That's an extremely dense place. It's filled with a lot of negativity, a lot of frustration, anger, sadness. But in spite of that, you rise. You find a way. You soul find a way to rise, to help bring light to this realm, and we will help you. We will develop a support team for you. And this is the entire path of your soul that we believe or we see you going in. This is how many lifetimes you're going to need to use in order to get to a certain place and then grow to a certain distance and then allow for the body, mind, soul to be one, and thus the ascension process just continues up, 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 up. Like I sometimes I feel like in this podcast here that we keep repeating the same things. And I apologize about that. I don't mean to beat a dead horse. But what they are explaining here is it ties in so amazingly to so much that we have discussed here on this podcast. So it's just amazing. Um okay, so the last sentence that we read, but those souls that have yet to let light shine through them are growing, and this is okay. They will be saved. There are no judgments here. There is so much at play on this realm at this moment. Individuals around the world are beginning to understand, realize aspects of the Creator are not coming through other individuals. So let me pause there. What they just said there is so much at play at this realm at this moment. Individuals around the world are beginning to understand and realize aspects of the Creator are not coming through other individuals. So that's like saying we see a lot of negativity within people, within situations. What they're saying is we are beginning to realize this. You, me, so many others out there. We are beginning to see that these situations are not representations of God. That's basically what they're saying there. That we are noticing this now. Oh, that is not God. Okay. However, they are aspects of lower vibrational realms that are coming through individuals. Holy moly, your ego mind. We've discussed that. They are talking about fallen angels actually using humans, their bodies, to do negative things, to influence, which we already know. The ego mind is an aspect of down there. We already know that. We've discussed that. But it is amazing to actually sit there and read it, to see, to hear it. However, there are aspects of lower vibrational realms that are coming through individuals. And these are the aspects that we refer to: fear, anger, discourse. Wow. So what they're saying there is that the ego mind is influencing many individuals, many situations on this realm. Clearly, we all know this. It's a very high density realm that we are in. But we are beginning to notice it. And that's what they're saying here. And that's what's so important. The noticing, the unmasking, the reveal. It's so, like, that is how it's all happening. It is beginning to be revealed. These lower vibrational aspects of the lower things down there are all being exposed, are all being noticed. And then if we continue to be the light, we shine the light and expose them even more. So you think about it, like right now, we're like peering through a window, through a screen, we could see a little bit. But the more and more we turn the knob, the more the blind opens and it sheds more light on those lower vibrational realms, on those lower vibrational situations, aspects that are no longer needed. We are turning the blind. You, me, and so many others out there. We are the blind turners. We are the ones helping expose and reveal and unmask. That's what they're saying here. Aspects of low vibrational realms we are no longer one with or needed for the human soul, for the humankind no longer being guided by. Okay, so that's what they're saying there. We as humans no longer need this anger, sadness, frustration to guide us. We no longer need it. Okay, so we always talk about the intuitive mind, and that's the high vibrational guidance system that they use. The ego mind is the low vibrational guidance system. And what they're saying there is that this ego mind is no longer needed. Low vibrational realms we are no longer one with for the human soul. Interesting. For the human, okay, yeah, to be guided by. Yeah. So you no longer need the ego mind to be guided by. Now, they're talking about an unmasking of that. That's what this is all about. An unmasking, a reveal, and a noticing. So just to give you a heads up, the apocalyptic unmasking of these guidance systems. This is what we refer to guidance systems from lower realms. No longer needed. This is where the apocalypse comes in at. The guidance systems that brings about fear, anger, frustration. But more so, we will assert love and acceptance of all. And that's how it ended. Like, that is really, really insightful. It's a lot of information there that they are giving us about what is happening. Now, they say happening now. Right now, what we do know is that the Earth's energetic vibrations are rising. We are going into, or already are in, a fourth and fifth dimensional energetic system within Earth. We, as a result, and actually now that I think about that, it makes so much sense because obviously the higher you go, the less or the more that they're revealed. Wow. Sorry, I'm having an epiphany as I'm speaking. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm almost getting a download of information as we speak. So as Earth rises and the frequency of Earth increases, and thus we go into these higher dimensions, more light, more love come in. Thus, our higher conscious level goes up. Our high an understanding goes up, which all makes sense now, with them saying the unmasking is coming. We are currently in the age of the Aquarius. And the song back from the 70s, Age of the Aquarius, I forget who sings it. It talks about stuff like this. Like literally, I'm getting this information right now. This is amazing. So that's what's happening. Now, what does that all mean? We are all humans. We are all one. We are separate from the doomed. So we are rising. Even though we commit or do lower vibrational words, statements, thoughts, actions, even though we are rising, our souls are learning. You as light beings can disengage with all of that and still be the love, still be the light, which they are asking you to do. But then as we and Mother Earth ascend, go higher, more of this more of these lower vibrational realms are going to be revealed. And as we ascend, Mother Earth is no different than us. We shed, right? It's like the metaphor that I always use for shedding is a bucket of ice. And if you picture a bucket of ice and you pour water in it, the ice is representation of the density, the negativity that is within us or this realm. The bucket represents Earth or you. As you fill the bucket with water or light, the ice rises to the top. The only way for that ice to actually come out of the bucket or you is for it to come to the surface. And when it comes to the surface, you feel it again. But how do we deal with it? That is what's so important. And right now, you can see a shedding that Mother Earth is going through. That the frequency of Earth is shedding some of its density. You can see it, and it's coming to the forefront. And when that happens, we have to feel it. But it is how we respond to it that matters. The more you play in the mud, the more you get dirty. But the more that you rise above, the more helpful you are to them and to humankind. to all of us. So be that light and love. Obviously, that is a reoccurring theme that we have here. It's like that's that's what we always say. But I think I already do have next week's topic, which is unusual, but I think I do. And it is the healing of DNA and how to go deeper into these healing aspects of who we are. And I'm going to have a guest for us who helps with this. Pretty interesting stuff. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning into it. And I hope I get so excited about it. Hopefully you guys feed off my excitement. I don't know. I love it. I mean, I don't care. I get so many information, so much communication when I do. It doesn't matter. I still love it. I still get so excited about everything. So please bear with me in my excitement. But I just found that to be such amazing communication that was given to us and so beautifully worded. It's just awesome. So I will take a moment and I will channel for you guys. And I thank you very much. As you see, I'm still wearing my glasses because right now I actually feel pretty good right at this moment. Just prior to coming doing this podcast, I was not feeling well. I feel okay at the moment, and hopefully that continues, but we'll see. I do thank all of you. Thank you, Crystal, Jim, Mary Jane, Jackie, Brooke, Jackie again. So many of you for reaching out to me, and Teresa, and just offering your healing words to me. It means a lot to me, and I really do appreciate the love, truly, because you guys know I love you all so much. So I appreciate it. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to take a moment and channel for you guys. Enoch speaking, my children. We are eternally grateful for the opportunity to communicate with you all at this time. Beautiful it is to have you all gathered here at this moment to be one with us. And we encourage the mindset of your oneness to be with us at this moment and all moments of your reality. For it is reality that you are one with us, my children. Be at peace and understanding that the apocalyptic doom that we do speak of is not an impending death of all humankind. That is not the aspects that we are referring to. We do refer to the unmasking and the reveal of those that are not here for your highest and greatest good, my children. This is where the apocalyptic reveal will take us, to the new understanding that has been discussed in this channeling session that was brought up in this podcast. This reveal of who truly is looking after you. Fear, anger, frustration, sadness are not, my children. Love, gratitude, appreciation are what are most important to hold on to. There is no separation when it comes to you and the divine. We are one, and we encourage a true, deep, very deep understanding and belief in this system, for this does assist with the allowance of more information to flow to this realm, and it is needed at this time. Humankind makes mistakes. We understand this, my children. But all humankind is attempting to rise, and we appreciate this immensely. You are courageous souls that have chosen to come to this planetary realm and be one with these times and all times on this planetary realm. For there has been no time of complete tranquility or peace since humankind has been in existence. It is a part of who you are as a soul attempting to grow, and the influence that the density of this realm has over the physical beings, specimen. However, this is what we are referring to when we say the reveal is coming. The doomed shall be shown. They are being shown. And you, my children, I can see people peering through a blind, like that reference that we got earlier. Accurate indication of what is being transposed to Christopher at this time, shown to him in his mind. For you are beings of light, seekers, shiners, healers, messengers. You are the reveal that is needed to raise this realm, even more so at this time. Your souls play important opportunities, roles here on this plane to rise. There is no unmasking needed for your soul. For your soul has already chosen its oneness. It's to be one with God, and thus will be in time, my children. It is at this time, though, that we ask all of you to go in peace and love always, to release more into the loving aspects of your soul and who you are from a spiritual being of godliness. For you carry heaven with you always, my children. It is not a destination that is unattainable in this realm. It is a destination that is within your heart, lies within your heart. And when you open up the flow of the energetic, vibrational love of heaven, you can begin to reveal heaven to all those that wish to hear and see it. And we are so grateful. This statement directly ties into the importance that you play on this realm at this very moment, and how important it is that you be the light. And we are grateful for this opportunity to communicate with you this evening. Go in peace and love always. Be one with the idea and notion that you are of God, an aspect of the Creator that is choosing to rise above the density that lies within this realm. And as a result, you will begin to shed more light and reveal the aspects of this realm that are not of high vibration. And as a result, more will see the true power that love carries with it. It is the most powerful force on this plane, my children. Use it truly to go where you are meant to go, to be who you are meant to be. When you are acting in love, out of love, you will begin to understand how truly important it is to continuously be in this mindset. To not be a representation of the muddy waters of the ego mind. For this is not of love or high vibration, and no longer needed for the humankind. We are grateful for the opportunity to communicate, speak with you this evening. Go in peace and love always. We are with you all and encourage all of you to communicate with us as frequently as you like, to allow for our presence to be more prevalent on this plane. And we are grateful. This is the true power of prayer and intent and action. And when they are combined in alignment, my children, you are achieving greatness in the sense of high vibration. Go and be one with this godliness that lies within yourself, within your heart. I can see a rainbow. For this, rainbow is an indication, a bridge, if you will, between the realms of heaven and earth, which you are a carrier of. All of you. You are the bridge between heaven and earth. The aspects of the Creator that have chosen to be on this realm and shine so brilliantly to so many, to effect change through love only and healing. Thank you. and good night. Enoch speaking. Thank you, Enoch. Thank you guys for listening so much. I appreciate it. Anyway, as always, reach out to me if you have any questions, concerns, you want me to cover anything. Like I said, I do have the topic for next week already, and we do have guests lined up. We are going to be discussing healing and the deeper levels of healing. So good stuff to come. And I am going to. I do notice that there is some repetitiveness to some of the podcast, and I want to try to deviate from that. Obviously, I do not think about these topics. They come to me, and I'm going to continue to allow that to happen, obviously. But I also want to make sure that you guys get some really good information from here. I know that we've discussed a lot over over these episodes, but there's so much more to cover. We're going to get to it. So bear with me. Be patient, please. And I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. Also, I know they're the ones that are guiding these podcasts too, so I have to be cognizant of that. I can't dismiss that, but I do know that next week that I know I already have that information as far as like being guided to it, and its effectiveness. So, yeah, good stuff coming, guys. But if you have any topics too you want to know about, reach out to me on the website, opentoenergy.com, but more to come. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a great day. Love you all, and thank you.